What's up, you guys?
Hey.
Welcome to another episode of HellaSickFigs. I am here with my co-host, Century Productions.
Damn, you almost forgot my name. What the hell, dude?
Yeah, I was
You're
just
like,
I wanted to give you a better. I was like, I started
damn,
over co-host.
so, dude,
I
restart
started over the word co-hosts. All right, getting off to a smooth start. Thank you, Century Productions.
You're welcome.
Started with the grilling right away. And then we have our special guest tonight. We have AnthonysCustoms. How you doing, Anthony?
Mr. Customs.
Hey, thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah. I like your fancy shirt. Where did you get it?
I'm not being paid, so I don't know where I got... No, into the AM. I wear these things all the time, even when they don't pay me to say it. So, hey, I like these shirts.
Hey, it's okay if you plug them. I'm okay with it. They actually look pretty sweet. I would try to hit them up if I had the time to try to add extra stuff like that. But anyway, how's everything going with you? You have a lot of empty shelves over there. We talked about doing a live stream together a little while ago, not that long ago, and you said, "Hey, I just gotta get some time to get some things organized." And here you are, and it looks like you have some shelf filling to do over there.
Yeah. I finally made the final move after building the room, the whole work room, and just have to fill the shelves. Have toys everywhere. It's a disaster. I'm gonna make a video showing the disaster, and then I'll do a live stream filling the shelves, or a couple, something like that. But I'm settled now, so here we are.
Nice, congratulations. That looks like a lot of work, a lot of handyman craftsmanship. I'm a perfect example of the guy who wants to do all the handyman stuff, but really should not be given power tools. So I have a lot of respect for that. You know, I'm actually my wife is very good at it. She understands machines and how things are built, and I just don't. You know, and I just don't. But I'm down to help. I'm hella down to do stuff.
There you go.
So if you need me to run and go get something, I'll go get it real fast.
Dude, he is hella. Dude, Shartimus is really good at going to Home Depot. I'll say that. He's really good at that.
I can do the Home Depot run. I'm in. I'll do it, and I won't bullshit either. I won't stop by the Targets. I'll just go.
Yeah, right, dude. You hella would, dude. Yeah,
There's a Target right by. There's a Target right by there. For some reason, my microphone isn't working over here, so I usually like to use the super fancy microphone. But it's not working. But hey, audio's sounding okay, right? Let's say hi to the chat. Right on. Thanks. Okay, so and I feel like I'm yelling. Maybe I don't need to yell. But I just want to see who. Oh, Nacho Cheese was first. Yeah, welcome to the stream, Nacho.
Congratulations.
And we have Akuma second. Yo, looking forward to it. You guys are excited. Yeah, a lot of excited people here today.
Awesome.
Noob says first, but he totally wasn't.
Dude, you were more like third,
bro. That much.
Tom Bowling, Mr. Grudge. What did you guys say? I'm sorry, I talked over you guys.
He was close.
Yeah, I was just saying he missed it by that much.
Oh. Yeah, I know.
I mean, we all know it's
like what?
It's super important to be first on commenting. We all know that, so we take it very seriously.
Oh
yeah, definitely.
The most respected of viewers. That's the only way. And yeah, man. So I'm curious to know what I'm trying to read. Everybody's saying hi. He said my name. I said. There's that symbiote Spider-Man says, "Hey, what up, Kings? What up, Rupert the Animator?" Okay, and let's. So I am curious to know, just because I can't help but stare. Like, what do you have back there, and what are you most looking forward to getting on display? Because that initial part is fun, right? Like the first couple. It's only after you've been doing it for like 20 minutes, and your shoulders are like this, and you feel it right here, and you're like, oh, shit.
It's not fun. It's not fun.
Oh, my back! Oh.
So everything back here is just mostly import. It's mostly Storm Collectibles and SH Figure Arts. They have released way too many Dragon Ball figures in the SH Figure Arts line. I didn't realize until I unboxed them. It's like 800 or something. I don't know. It's a lot. So that's what's back there. No, it's not really 800, but it feels like it. That's what that is. But the thing I'm most looking forward to is the Soda Street Fighter figures. I haven't had those on a shelf in like 10 years or something like that.
Old
So
school, dude.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
I'm looking forward to those, definitely.
Those were like the pinnacle back in the day, man.
Yeah.
Do you have all of the Soda figures?
Every single one, including the employee exclusive clear ones. Yeah, I went all in on that.
Damn.
Wow.
I wasn't an employee for anybody. I found them. I got them.
Yeah.
But
you crashed the employee holiday party?
I wish. That would have been way easier and cheaper.
You ever get to meet Jerry?
I have met Jerry, yeah.
Super nice guy, right? I thought he was cool as hell.
Yeah, he's awesome, yeah.
I don't know what he does now. Oh, yeah, he was working movies. He was doing VFX for Walking Dead last time I talked to him.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still making statues. I know PCS. I think he sold PCS to someone else. I don't know if he's still doing any. He still sculpts. I watch him. I follow him on Instagram, but I don't know if he's actually doing it for a company or just himself.
Okay. And if you guys aren't familiar with Soda Street Fighter figures, those are kind of like, that was like a weird, amazing line that just crushed it, kind of like the Jada Street Fighter figures are doing with the community right now, right? Like those are kind of like, what? Holy shit! Like, how are they doing this? Like, because in some ways that they really did things better than even Toy Biz Marvel Legends. You know, they had some things that were better, and they had their own innovative articulation pieces and everything. Like their ankle pivot was a different kind of ankle pivot.
It was like that. It was like that cut, right? It was like that quick like turn, right? I thought it was so weird.
Yeah, it was a slice. Let me go grab one right now because I
remember the Sagat was like that. The Sagat had that like just slash through the foot, and you just twist it. So weird.
It was a swivel.
Yeah, they had a swivel in the foot, which isn't the best design. That didn't age well, but their paints and sculpts did for most of them. They're damn good looking figures.
But I still like that they did that. Ugh.
I loved their plastic. It had like that kind of like hard kind of quality to it, and it really it made the paint look so awesome on those figures. That's why I really like that plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that articulation. So weird.
This is not focusing the way I was hoping it would focus.
Hey, get the paper, dude.
Do I need the paper?
Get the paper to focus it.
I think I got the paper. There you
go. Yeah, that's how Anthony. That's how you know it's a top quality show here. This is how we do our close-ups. See the lighting. See all the shadows. That's good lighting right there.
It's a dramatic. It's a dynamic.
Yeah,
it's
dynamic.
Good stuff.
Exactly. Some people would say Frank Miller's directing this lighting here. Right? Yeah, it's like you're in your room and one of your lights went out in your ceiling or something.
Well, I'm tired of using this thing because whenever I turn this thing on, I turn it to freaking Elsa over here. Freaking glow, let it glow. I'm like, freaking.
You're overexposed, dude.
Yeah, way overexposed. Can you guys see me?
Oh my God, you're no longer Hispanic.
Shit!
We're supposed to be blind by the end of the podcast.
I know, we'll be blind. All right, so yeah, let's get on with the articulation. Speaking of Jada, speaking of Street Fighter, I got a couple of new Jada Toys figures over here, and I'm going to be
not new.
reviewing them.
Those are like 2 months old, but I'm just saying.
That's just what I was going to get at. Like, they've been around for a little while, okay, so I haven't got to reviewing them yet, but I have been enjoying them a bit, and I can't believe these are $25 a piece. That blows my mind, like everything that they come with. But I noticed something with Dalsum here that tripped me out. Is I feel like the head articulation, are these kids fighting right now? See how far that. Did you notice this with your Dalsum also, that he only looks up that far? And I was like really disappointed with that because I was like, oh man, they've been doing so good. But then I grabbed him Bison over here. Shit. Popped his head off. But without popping his head off, he looks up. Yeah, see, it's on there. He looks up like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dalsum's chest is messed up too. His butterfly joints don't work. They stress the plastic in the main chest.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Like they're non-existent.
Yeah, don't push it forward. You're gonna get stress marks like almost immediately.
Oh,
I
got a
think when
little
I
bit
was
chewing
playing
on the
around with it, I
back.
saw that too. I was like, okay, this is annoying right out the bat because I was really excited about that one, man.
Okay, so Dalsum does have some issues.
Aesthetically, it looks great though.
I haven't tried switching the legs yet, but I just popped that off. So, yeah, that worked out really well for me. But yeah, okay. So yeah, just an inconsistency I noticed. But
fortunately,
still, I think they're doing a really good job with these things.
Oh, they're still great. Yeah. I mean, they're still amazing. I love them.
Yeah, you got real metal for the rings and everything. Damn, you really can't see shit now with it all flared up like that. You can
Don't worry, Anthony. About halfway through the show, it'll all come together. I'm telling you, man. It only takes about halfway through the show, and then it starts.
I have faith. I'm sure it'll be fine.
See, come on. I spent a lot of money on this fucking camera. Get focused already, you son of a bitch. God damn it. It just, I think it just automatically wants to focus on the human face. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, probably.
So I think these things are badass. And I just thought it was kind of odd to see kind of like so many people seemingly kind of like fall in line with this idea that double ball joints for the torso was like the only way to go in making an action figure. And it was just kind of surprising to see. So much that it was like people coming in the comment section of my videos, you know, just mentioning it or almost bringing it up out of nowhere sometimes, or just over and over to the point where I felt like it was almost suffocating, you know? And I was like, okay, I'm going to push back on this. It reminds me of like being in a mosh pit and you're surrounded by assholes. You ever had that happen to you? And the only thing you know what to do is when you get to the next crank song, just to like shove everybody out of the way. You know what I mean? Just kind of just let yourself go crazy. You know, not swinging, you know, no haymakers or anything like that. Just shoves, you know, and just get it. And that's totally, kind of how I felt. So that's kind of how I felt. Definitely. So that's why I was like, I want to make this video and just confront this fucking shit and just kind of like stir the soup and get the conversation going and really dive into it. And lo and behold, I really do think the double ball joints is a really good idea. I think it's really it's really aesthetically pleasing. And you can get a lot out of it. I don't think it's the only way. And of course, I know you don't think that either, Anthony. You've mentioned that in your own videos where you've talked about how different torso articulation is gonna be better suited for character design, you know? Mm-hmm. So like, you have to make those exceptions and everything and do what's best for that figure. So I wanted to poke and see, and you know, I do think that it works out really well, but I still think you get a little bit more out of the U joint, and I like the U joint for some reason, but this doesn't bother me. Like, I haven't really seen any of these that have the ball joints right here, or even like the shirtless figure like the Fei Long. Like, it doesn't bother me, and at least the cut in that diaphragm looks like it fits with human anatomy more so than, you know, the vertical lines that you get, you know, like, so here we go, the Soda figure with the U joint right there in the middle of the torso. Because like nobody really has, well, I guess you could say abs can look like that.
Yeah.
Kind of fits in there. I guess when it's a little bit too wide, it looks less organic. Let's say that's kind of for abs.
You gotta be careful with them Soda figures, man.
Yeah, I know. Never mind. I was like, oh, should I try bending the joint? Should I try bending it?
I remember I had a Dalsum from Soda, and I remember opening up the package so excited. I was like, how sick. I just remember just moving it barely, and things just like fell apart in my hands. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh, that one. Was it the blue one or the regular one?
Yes, the blue. No, it was the blue one.
Yeah, I had the Player 2 blue one. That was the worst. I think that one like fell apart on everybody. I think all of those were just
Yeah, all of the Revolutions wave were made out of a crappy plastic from a new factory. Dalsim, Zangief, Armika, and someone else. They just all fell apart. They were terrible.
Oh. Damn, you know the Soda Street Fighter lore, dude. You got the deep knowledge.
Yeah.
You were hardcore about it, huh?
Yeah, that was my thing. Like, Street Fighter's my thing. I like video games more than action figures, kind of. So it's like Street Fighter was really my thing. And so when they came out with that line, I was all about it. Just like I'm going to be with Jada.
Damn, if only we had a camera for when those figures broke on you back then. The epic video we would have got from you. It would have been so awesome.
Yeah. That would have been...
You unboxing them? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of sad days.
Oh, man.
Damn.
Yeah, that's terrible. I don't know how they were... Oh, I guess that was towards the end of their run, too. I was going to say, how did they survive that? But I'm like, well... I think that was, yeah, they didn't. Right? Wasn't that like the last wave they had?
Yeah. Well, what happened? I don't want to waste all your time on this. The factory started selling bootlegs of all of their main figures, and so that killed their bottom line. They weren't making any money on the line, and then they switched to the new factory with that last wave with all the ones that broke, and so then that was it. And he just sold the company after that.
Damn, they're selling bootlegs while the line was still... Oh my god. That's awesome. That's a good business move, man. That's a good business move.
Yeah.
Damn.
I like that.
Gotcha.
Something to learn there.
Someone's bringing up drop-down hips. I want to say drop-down hips are just whacked because it got more loose and loose OV time. Bandai started that with their SH Figuarts Common Rider line, and even they stopped using it for new major releases. It was mostly coherent.
Drop down hip. I'm so confused.
So to get loose over time, Bandai started that with SH Figuarts Common Rider, and even they stopped using it. Did they? I thought SH Figuarts were still doing drop down hips.
Occasionally. I don't know what they do with Common Rider, but I know they throw them in there from time to time. The Jin from Tekken has them, and he just came out.
Okay. All right. See, yeah, they're still doing it. I don't know how, but I feel like the G.I. Joe Classified drop-down hips work out pretty well for me. I haven't had, like, anything major. Like, there's maybe one or two that I feel like... I think I had only one break on me. Maybe had another one get loose on me. I don't have a lot of drop-down hip issues with my G.I. Joe Classifieds.
They had an issue with the ball peg on the drop down hips, and you couldn't move the thigh forward, so it was putting all the stress on the ball ball joint right there, and then it was snapping off at the hips. I didn't necessarily have anything to do with the drop down hips, but I remember it was just too much. There wasn't enough space for the articulation to move around it. And it happened on who's that old guy with the orange shirt? I forget what his name was, but happened a lot with that guy. Outback, yeah. Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, that's where I think I had a problem. Yeah, with his legs.
Yeah. They solved that, though. I haven't had that issue since.
Yeah, I think that was probably the last one where I had a problem, too. I think there was one of, whatchamacallem? The little robot, Cobra robot guys. The
bat?
The bats. I had a bat that had a busted leg. Yeah, I got a busted leg on a bat.
Anthony, you collect G.I. Joes?
I have a handful, but it never stuck. I like the Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Roadblock. A few of them, I know the names, and yeah, that's it.
The main culprits.
So what was the last one you picked up? What was the last one you got?
That girl with the yellow and gray outfit and the arm blades. I don't know.
What'd you think of that figure? Helix? Agent Helix?
That's right.
Is that what it was? Yeah. I liked it. It was pretty good. I thought it was a lot
I was telling everybody about that thing.
Yeah.
I was telling everybody about that figure. I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was.
Give it a lot of accessories.
Yeah.
She kind of looked like Rogue. Her hair a little bit. Not really.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's why I bought it subliminally.
She reminded you of Rogue.
I guess.
Have you opened the Jinx figure yet? I'm excited for the Jinx figure. I haven't opened mine, but I have it.
I opened it.
Oh, nice. How is it?
Yeah, and it's all right. The first thing that happened is she has like a cuff that's like sculpted in on her arm, and I went to pull out her hand, and the whole cuff came unglued off of the figure. And then I was like, okay, I guess I'll have to get back in there with the Gorilla Glue myself, patch her up. Now it seems to be all right. She can't really move that well though for a ninja chick. She can't really move that well.
She doesn't. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, how does she compare to Helix?
It's a lot of these ninja chicks. They come with the baggy clothes because that's how the ninja outfit is. But the baggy clothes doesn't necessarily work well for their articulation because it's too baggy, you know. So now she can't move around really much, and like everything's like it'll like start rubbing against other stuff. It's annoying, dude.
I don't.
So yeah, dude. I hope you enjoy opening it up, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the figure. You know, I was just
Still talking mad shit about.
I was really looking forward to playing with that one. I was kind of excited for it, but
dude, I'm excited for you, dude.
It looks like it's gonna be kind of crappy. I mean, I look at these pictures; she's barely posed. Like, look,
exactly.
She's standing there in all the pictures. She's just standing. Look at that.
She's a ninja. She's a ninja.
She's a ninja. She's just standing around. Oh, there she goes. There she. But that
look
torso
how
that thing's
weird
like a
burrito.
It looks. It's not going anywhere.
Look how weird. I told you, man. You see, you should have saw these pictures. You should have known, man.
No, that torso's whack. I still wanted it though. She looks cool, and there she is standing there. All right. Well, okay. Damn, super excited for that one now. All right.
Dude, so excited for you, dude.
That should be your next one, Anthony. You got to buy that one and then tear into it.
I think I'll pass. I think I'll pass.
Legendary roast. No, somebody's got to send it to him for free, so he doesn't have to buy it.
Oh yeah. All right, so I wanted to know a little bit about your line, man, because I know you've had it on hiatus only because of family life and everything. You mentioned that in the video. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, if you don't mind me asking, how old is your child now? How old is she?
I don't feel no.
You don't talk about that. That's okay. I 100% respect that.
No. She's. I haven't counted the months. 2.5, roughly.
Say that again.
She's roughly 2.5. I don't know which month is actually the halfway point, but 2.5.
Oh, okay.
So I'm right at the cusp of potty training, which will be just splendid, I'm sure. I'm very excited about that.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, man. I have an awesome...
Shartimus is 38.5.
38. Yeah, 7 and 5. My oldest is going to be 7 in October. And yeah, so they're in first in kindergarten right now. Oh, my God. Can't believe it. Sometimes it looks like they're like made up children here. Like how these kids just show like all this. I don't know. In my head, I'm like, damn, like wasn't that many years ago when there was like no kids in this house at all. But hey, there's like a kid there, straight up cute as hell, looking like came out of a cartoon, and it's just I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. And they start acting like me more, and it's really fun. I don't know. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of my brother a little bit. Hopefully you have that with your kid. But yeah, my daughter reminds me of me so much that it kind of reminds me of my relationship with my brother in a weird way. Kind of weird. Sounds weird. I don't know, but it's weird. That kind of, yeah, because you have a twin, right, Anthony?
I do. Yes, an identical twin.
Yeah. And my brother is not an identical twin, but he's only 2 years younger than me. People thought we were twins at one point. Like that's. They thought we were twins. Like, hey, damn, I wish he was my twin. Wish I had a twin brother too. Damn it. So, can you tell us a little bit about Rivals? Like, talk about Rivals a little bit, and just share with us anything about it that you want to put out there. Because I'm all for the independent figure lines, and like Brutal Realm, by the way, has 7 days to go. So, make sure you guys back Brutal Realm. That's a good looking figure. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Figures.
Have you taken a look?
Yeah, they were supposed to send me one of the samples or whatever they had, and it doesn't look like that's happening. So I'm not going to get to do anything.
Oh, but, no, what happened? Just the timing?
I don't know. They said they were going to send it, and I guess it's somewhere else. I don't know.
Gotcha.
But it's in the
they look cool.
realm.
Yeah, they look cool.
I got my hands on them, but I barely got to play with them because I had to take them with me to Comic-Con, and like they showed up just like right before Comic-Con, and then I didn't even get to play with them while at Comic-Con because I needed to pass them on to Dave Vonner. So I was like, oh, okay, well, and I got to play with them just a little bit though. They feel really good. Like they really feel like what they're supposed to be, which is 1/12 scale Marvel Legends He-Man type figures. So,
yeah, super chunky. So if you like that sort of thing,
yeah. So I dig that, and so I wanted to ask you, like, like you're working on your Kickstarter a little bit here and there, taking breaks and stuff like that. Like, as you see Articulation and evolve, like, does that fuck with your designs and how you feel about them? Like, do you ever see new stuff come up where you're like, damn it, that I didn't have that before, but now I kind of want to do that and make changes to what I had already done, especially as time keeps going, figures keep evolving.
Yeah. So I basically had mostly everything done, at least like the first draft, let's say, about 3 years ago now. And then I haven't really touched it since because lots of family stuff, moving, having a kid primarily for the last 2.5 years. I haven't had any free time, so I haven't touched it much. As far as like new stuff, I mean, I don't know that there's actually that many new things happening. It's just people doing things better mostly, I think. I can't think of any like new articulation, so
fair enough.
I don't think I've come up with anything I want to change in terms of the engineering, but like different things are becoming more popular or less popular in terms of what people are looking for. So I'm considering things like that. Like, for instance, I know there's a strong contingent of people that want a butterfly joint. That's not really new. A lot of people have wanted that for forever, and I'm generally okay with butterfly joints, but they also rarely work well and look good. So I decided to start, I wasn't going to do those. I'm still like 99% sure I'm not going to do that. The two main things I'm considering right now, well, thinking about anyway to some degree, would be neck articulation instead of, I just hit the mic, neck articulation instead of just doing it at the top of the neck, doing bottom neck also. I don't know. I'm getting mixed responses from people. It's not hard to implement, so I might throw it in there. It's not going to cost much, so I'll probably do that. And then, obviously, the debate on, somebody mentioned it in the comments already, pinless joints or not pinless joints. And I talked about that for a long time in that video I made the other day, and I don't think I'm moving on that one. I would rather have...
you're not moving on the pinless!
I don't think so.
Pinless!
Yeah, so here's why. Here's why. If a pinless joint gets loose, it is done for. You can't fix it because it's actually plastic wearing away inside the joint. You're done. Whereas if you have a pin, it might look slightly less good, but you can put PVC for the elbow and knees, so you can match the plastic all the way through. You can paint on it, and you have the tension from the pin holding it sideways and the teeth inside the joint. So,
but you don't want it to get loose at all, though. Like, you don't want...
No, but you can't help it. That's the thing. It's gonna get loose eventually on an insert molded joint. It'll eventually wear out because you have hard plastic like nylon rubbing on PVC. It's going like this. That PVC is not gonna last, not forever. It'll eventually get loose. And they don't have to be gummy. That's the important thing to remember. You don't have to have gummy joints when you're using PVC. I'm still gonna have the hard nylon inside the center part. It's just gonna have a PVC cap on it. So joints will be perfectly stiff, perfectly resilient, paintable, and the only downside is the pins. And so I'm willing to sacrifice that.
My vote is for you to add the butterfly joints over any of that. I think that's actually
some people,
missing. To me, it feels like it's missing. I'm like, oh, he's got to do the butterfly joints. I hope you do the butterfly joints because you actually get some really good function out of that. And I feel like Hasbro kind of drops the ball a lot of the time, not every time, but they drop the ball on that range of movement. I actually mentioned it to the design team. I was like, hey, Dwight, how come this don't work so good? How come, what's with the butterfly joint? And it would be kind of cool to see that, kind of show them like, hey, there's a butterfly joint. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. There's no doubt it's better to have more range of motion. Like, there's no argument against that. It's never going to be bad to be able to pose more. But
Well,
it does hurt the sculpt.
There are. Well, hey, I love articulation, but there are sometimes Revel Tech figures drive me fucking crazy sometimes.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's only because they'd make them ugly. Or have you complained that they pose too much or that they're ugly?
I complain
exactly.
that they
That's a good argument.
I feel like they actually do pose too much, because it's like I feel like I can't move one thing without having to move like 3 or 4 other things to just do one thing. Like, come on, this is just too much shit just to get an arm moving forward. I gotta like it's like an erector.
Yeah, I think they over-engineer quite a bit. I got rid of their Iron Man as soon as I opened it because it was just too annoying to handle, even though it looked cool.
Yeah,
but
Wolverine's like that too.
As far as the butterfly joint goes, I just don't want to sacrifice the sculpt, and I was able to make the joints work that they can two-hand a sword, no problem. So you do lose some posability, but they still pose pretty damn well, and they are going to look better in the chest. So that's a personal preference thing.
It's like a delicate balance between the aesthetic and the articulation, right?
Yeah, and there might be some where it's like I can easily fit it in there without it hurting the sculpt, so I'll throw it in there. It's not that hard to do, so I'll just cut it up and do it. But for like some of them, I don't know. If people have seen the video, it's on my channel. It's the main thing. One guy's got like tattered sleeves. I don't want to cut that up. I want that sculpt to look like the sculpt. I want it to look good, and so I'm gonna go with that, and we'll see where the chips fall, I guess. But
I'm pretty sure I saw your review on this figure, but I can't remember off the top of my head. What would you have done with this guy? Like, how would you have handled torso articulation with him? Because for me, it's just like, what the fuck? You just have the one ball joint at the very bottom, at the base of the figure, and I'm like, really? You're just gonna throw in the towel and just take the L and just do nothing here? Like, there could have been something there. And
yeah, I have 2 answers for you. One is, if you're gonna leave it limited like that, at least paint it and make it look nice, because that guy just looks like a highlighter. I mean, he doesn't look good. He needs something to make him stand out. Yeah, but I think you have to, I would say maybe, I guess any kind of joint, ball peg, ab crunch, whatever, underneath the shirt and make the shirt softer. Hasbro refuses to use soft PVC. I don't know why. Other companies are doing it at the same price point, at the same everything. So I don't know, but that's a hard design. So it's like I wouldn't design a character design like that if I was making action figures out of it, because it's hard to articulate and make it look good. But
that's their challenge, is that they don't have that option to just
yeah. Like, so
they got to do it. But
I would throw an ab crunch in there probably underneath the shirt. Let the shirt flex and let the ab crunch be like heavy ratcheted so that you can hold the shirt in place. And that probably at least get it done some. Yeah.
You joint for him, and then when he crunches forward, just accept the fact that the shirt's gonna flip up and you're gonna see some freaking ass.
If you do it flexible enough, it should be fine. Like the same material they use for the like the loose clothes on the Jada figures, I think that would work. I don't think it would have to expose his ass.
Yeah, why don't they take it like what Chun-Li has, right? Like, they should take advantage of that more. But I have a feeling that it's got to be some kind of regulation that they're trying to abide by, because that
I think it's because it's cheaper to use all one PVC, all one hardness, rather than different PVCs. If you're shooting all the same plastic, it's way easier than shooting different ones.
Well, but this is not the same. Like, the shirt is softer than the arms.
It's thinner than the arms. I'll bet you it's the exact same plastic.
Interesting. I didn't know that. It's just more layers on the torso section as opposed to just that one part. Yeah, well, I mean, even if you look at a PVC pipe, it's hard, but if you cut it thin, it's flexible. So, I mean, that's hard PVC. You would never use it for an action figure, but I would bet money that that's the same yellow PVC across the whole figure.
I would disagree. I think it's a slightly different color yellow, ever so slightly different color on the arm than on the torso. It even looks like it's a different color yellow. Again, it could be thinner. Maybe the light's going through it, but no, it's on his back. There's no light coming through there. I mean, it's really subtle though. I'm going like really, and then everything's washed out.
Yeah. Great.
Like,
Great.
can you see the color difference?
Don't you see the difference, dumbass?
Glaring white.
I see exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I'm making my point very well over here. But if you have it at home, all right. I know yours is in you're in the middle of setting your stuff up. Century, why don't you go grab your Luke Cage right now? Go get your Luke Cage. I know it's right behind you somewhere. Take a good close look at that plastic. You at home over there watching? Yeah, one of you. Good. Grab your Luke Cage. See if you see it. I think it's super subtle, but it does look.
I don't know. This is actually a lot harder than I remember. This the shirt.
No, I'm not saying
you're talking
it's
about.
soft.
No, you're talking about the arms and the shirt are different colors.
Yeah, slightly different color yellow.
Oh shit!
Looks the same.
It looks exactly the same to me, man. I don't know.
All right.
Let me see if I can hook this up.
let
me see what you did.
It looks ever so slightly different to me.
Hey, look.
Let's see. Show it off.
It looks exactly the same, dude. I don't know. It looks exactly the same. Look at it.
No, I think it could be like, right. It could be
She-Hulk is very, like She-Hulk is very noticeable, like the knees and the thighs. But this one's, I don't know. This shit's close, man. I can't really tell, dude. And even looking at it, I'm not
even sure if I mentioned that in my review or not.
I don't know. I think maybe the color change might be. I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but the color change might just have to do with the thickness of how many layers one piece is compared to just the thin shirt layer, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, that's actually the best argument that I heard for why they would do that. Because I never understood why would you avoid using softer PVC? You know what I mean? So I never really thought about them just kind of, I guess I guess it saves them time to do that, just to use the same PVC all around. So, that makes sense to me.
And we know, I mean, we don't literally know, but there's a good chance the higher-ups on Hasbro, the pencil pushers that are counting every penny, they're way more concerned about the pennies than a smaller company like Jada who's trying to get their foot in the door for action figures. That's my guess. I don't know for sure. But I would bet money if somebody's going to do those kind of things, it's going to be a company like Hasbro or Mattel or somebody who's like big enough to do whatever they want. It's my hunch.
Yeah. Well, they have so much that they have to make. That's like always been my argument comparing Jada. It's like going to a specialty pizzeria versus going to a Domino's. Like they're baking, they're spending way more time on each pizza, you know what I mean? At the specialty place, Jada's spending way more time on each one, but I still don't understand how they're able to keep that price point so low. Because I would assume that their order quantities, while they're still getting out to retailers everywhere, would still be lower than what they would order for a Marvel Legends figure, or could be the same. I don't know.
Well, I think you have to consider that, like, Hasbro's runs are way bigger, but how many of those are being sold at full price? Not many.
Well,
not many.
They're making changes to that. I think they're being more conservative with their production runs nowadays.
I think so too. Yeah,
they've already cut back. I think those Ollie Glory hunts or whatever, that they have in the South. We don't have that.
I wish we had a. Yeah, I wish we had an Ollie's. God damn it.
Yeah, I want $5 Marvel Legends. Shit.
God damn. I'd be at Ollie's every day. I'd work there.
I would work there just so you get an employee discount on top of
discount
already discounted Marvel Legends.
Double discount.
I would have done an SH Figure Arts move on this one. So for me, I would have done the U-joint plus add a sleeve in the back, cover his ass, so that when he bends forward, it'll just it'll glide over. I think they do something like that with the SH Figure Arts in their back, right? They have another. It works like a sleeve, shifts over.
They didn't even give him a boot cut. What the fuck, dude?
Oh, I know. So that's
fucked up. This figure's fucked up in general, bro. Like the no boot cut. It's like they fucking hate us or some shit. Look at this. Look at the under his arm. This motherfucker looks homeless, dude. Like his shit is wearing out due to pit sweat, bro.
Oh, are you looking at the pits? Yeah,
Well, look, they didn't size it correctly, or maybe they did that so it could move. It doesn't make sense to me, man. This one just really fell to the waist, dude. The waistline, man. This could have been. This is like his most iconic look in my mind. And he's too small. He's got the shit under his shirt that's popping out. There's no boot cut. It was like Hasbro's like, here, buy this shit, you idiot. Yeah, you're gonna buy it, aren't you, dumbass? Buy
it. Take it easy, all right. I had a long talk.
Anthony's here. He's got me all riled up, man.
Just say nothing bad about
I didn't say any of that stuff.
Show. And then,
he's got me riled up,
you're
man.
Coming in here, and then you're just talking all kinds of shit about Hasbro. No,
well, you chose the fucking shittiest figure.
That didn't
Get me
happen.
all riled up now. God damn.
Oh, dude, yeah, no. I think they could have, and I get pissed off over the boot thing more than anything, seeing them do it again on the Astonishing Wolverine. I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that again on the Astonishing Wolverine? Oh, man. And then I'm making Booyakasha crave pizza. All right. And then Anthony, did you paint the yellow under?
No. No.
How would you tackle that? See, but this one is a hard one because it's like, how would you tackle that? You'd have to add another sleeve underneath one, or just make that hole. I feel like this hole could have been smaller.
Yeah, just make the hole smaller, and if you make the shoulder right, the arms will go down far enough.
But you would still, even if they went there, I think I would rather have it like, okay, they could only go down that far, but at least you don't see the flesh.
Even
underneath.
if you paint it, it still looks hella stupid, dude. It looks super dumb. It just looks stupider.
It's still gonna look hella stupid. Yeah.
They could have just made it one sculpt. That's another answer to your question, is just make the body and the shirt all one piece, put an ab crunch in it, and call it a day. That way you don't have the armpit thing. The ab crunch isn't going to be the best looking thing, but at least it would have been there. And then you would have had everything you needed.
Yeah, what's the advantage of it being two pieces? The only advantage is so that you can, I don't know, see further into a shirt. I don't know why. What's the point?
I think they did that cut on the Toy Biz Luke Cage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But so I can understand why they would want to do something different, but it should have been better, not just different and then a different head too. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're learning from this one already, though. We're seeing multiple head sculpts in a lot more of the figures nowadays. So I think that's that. So what do you think, Anthony? Do you think Hasbro is actually getting better at it, or do you think they're just maintaining the same? Do you think they're getting worse? Like what's your perspective on the
everything?
Well, at Marvel Legends in particular,
right? That's a hard one. They're getting better at things. The quality on their head sculpts is way better. It's through the roof compared to what it used to be. Mm-hmm. I think most of them are too realistic to go with the bodies they're on, and it's just weird, like Uncanny Valley sort of situation. But they're clearly good sculpts, good paint for the faces, so that's way better. Yeah, I mean, they're improving overall, but are they purposely doing it in such small increments so that they can keep improving and selling us more and more and more of the same thing? I don't know. Like, how many times have they used Vulcan already? And was Vulcan good enough for what he was? I don't know. So I think the problem with Hasbro is still the people counting the pennies. I think that's what's going to come down to every time. I think the reason Luke Cage has 2 pieces of plastic instead of 1 is because they didn't have to paint it. And painting is expensive, relatively speaking, so they didn't want to do it. That's my guess. I think the bean counting is what hurts Hasbro the most, and they seem to do that the most with Marvel, unfortunately, because it's the only thing I really care about that they make other than Transformers.
I think so. I started doing breakfast streams, and anyway, I had a breakfast stream this morning, and we were looking at the Bishojos. I was looking at sexy Bishojos. For what I can't figure out of like all the different Bishojos, the Marvel one, the Invisible Girl, was like $60 or $80 more than all the other ones. And it's like, does Marvel and Disney just take such an enormous cut that they're not really left with much to work with, because it looks like it to me. A lot of it comes with that when they have their own licensed stuff, like Transformers, they're killing it. G.I. Joe Classified, they're killing it. Star Wars, don't give a shit anymore, man. I barely pick up any Star Wars.
They suck, dude. They suck.
Their Indiana Jones line was cool, but I felt like it was just as I got one, and I know Century you like them, but the articulation scheme bums me out, and and then I feel like they're just not worth the money to me. And then you have the Marvel stuff.
They didn't even release all the characters. They didn't release anyone other than Short Round from fucking from the second one. What the fuck is the second one called again?
Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom. Yeah, they didn't release the bad guy from fucking Temple of Doom because they thought it would be like racist or something. I don't know. It's fucking
the Mayan
the dude that pulls the heart out. The dude that pulls the heart out.
Yeah.
Mola Ram. That's the name. Mola Ram.
Did he bite it? I forgot if he bought it.
Nah, maybe that's in the extended cut. I don't know. The director's cut.
But okay, maybe I'm just imagining it. But I have a feeling that those, working with those companies, they take so much money out of it that like you're just kind of that they're just not able to put as much into it without having to charge way more, and then we don't want to pay more, so they're stuck between this rock and a hard place. And it's like, I know when I say this shit, people think I'm just making excuses for Hasbro, but what would be the difference between me making excuses for Hasbro and that actually being the truth? Because it would sound the same. If it's actually true, if what I say is actually true, how else could I say it? Right? Because it just makes sense that those licenses are costing them a shitload of money. Counter argument that I hear a lot is, well, Jada has to pay a license fee to Capcom for those figures, right? But that's not fucking Disney. That's not Disney. Disney, I think they ask for way more.
They might, but you also get to sell way more. There's a huge market for Marvel compared to Street Fighter, and Capcom charges a lot for their licensing too. So, I mean, what you're saying is probably true, but I don't know that that justifies it. I think they could do, like you said in that interview from, not this Comic-Con, 2 years ago or whatever, when you said like the $30 price point and they said, yeah, well, we can't make 100 figures then or whatever, and you're like, well, just make better ones and fewer of them, something like that. They could just put a little bit more money into it, make a better figure. People are paying way more than Marvel Legends prices all the time. And we know it's not kids buying these things, it's adult collectors. Anybody's going to pay an extra $5 for a better figure. I think it's them trying to maximize profits with minimum effort, which maximizes profits even more. I think you're probably right. Disney, I'm sure, is really expensive. But you also get to sell way more. So I think that's why you have the license. I mean, people like to make the argument that, well, the license is a problem for Hasbro. It's not a problem. They chose to get that license because they want to sell those products. It's a good thing. It's good for anybody. That's why you do licensing in the first place. So it's true, but is it a good enough reason, I guess, is the question for me.
Or you think it cancels itself out? Is kind of what you're alluding to. Is that they have to pay a licensing fee, but they sell way more, so they're still making a lot more.
Yeah, and if you sold more of your figures at full price at $30, you wouldn't have to sell as many at $25, and you'd have a better product, better name, brand recognition, then you can sell even more. So, like, you could argue either way, and I'm sure they're arguing for the one with the least amount of risk, which is to make the lower price product less good and just sell as many as you can while you can. That's not the way I would do it, but I'm not Hasbro, and they're the $10 billion company, so they get to do what they want.
Is it 10 billion now? I thought it was
no,
6.
No, I don't. Yeah, it's not 10.
I thought it was 6, but yeah, all right. It's like neither of us really know, so it's like it's hard to like make it.
I think it's pretty safe to say Disney is charging a ton in licensing.
Yeah,
there's no way they're not.
Yeah, Disney charges a lot. I just don't know if it ends up making it worth it at the end of the day when you're paying it costs them so much. I mean, it obviously is because the business model has survived, right? So we have the evidence that it's worth it to them to some degree, or else they wouldn't exist anymore. So that's safe to, to accept that as fact. It's worth it to them. They haven't. Hasbro's seeking to get rid of stop making Marvel.
Yeah, figures. I mean, it has to be profitable or they wouldn't be doing it. It's a good thing. It's not a problem for them to have the license. I'm guessing they would pay anything to keep it too.
But okay, so then, but I don't get that sense of things feeling short so much from their G.I. Joe figures and their Transformers figures, even though they've gone up in price. I do feel like the Transformers, like the density of the Transformers quality is better. So for me, that it makes sense. It makes up for it. Like that Optimus Prime, that first I was like $90. And then I saw it in person and I'm like, oh, this is closer to a masterpiece figure than I thought. Yeah. So when I'm looking at it like that, it's like, okay, this is logical for me. Classified, I haven't been able to stop buying them because they're loading them up with articulations and accessories, kick-ass designs, great paint. The sculpts are just, I just think, and I like the way they think. I like how they have this thing going where you could load up every character with all of their accessories. Like you could unless it's like a face or something, like for the most part, they could have everything on them. Like
carry everything.
And the vehicles and they're, for the most part, I really like their variant choices. I don't get that feeling. That doesn't happen with me so much with the G.I. Joe Classified and the Transformers figures, like with Marvel sometimes, where things feel like they're lacking big time. I don't get hit with that so much with those other lines. So that's what kind of makes me feel like it's the Marvel is the variable there.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Marvel's hot, or at least it was when the Avengers and all the movies were doing well, and not. I mean, obviously they got a good one this past month, but Marvel's been like hotter than it's ever been. So Hasbro doesn't have to try as hard. People are gonna. I mean, I see it all the time in the comments. I don't care if it's a good figure. I wanted that character. I wanted to fill that team. I wanted to do whatever. It doesn't. They could put out almost anything a lot of the time, and so they do. I mean, they care about the money more than the product, for sure. I mean, maybe not the guys sculpting or painting or whatever, but the people in charge, the ones making the decisions, they don't care at all about anything other than the money. The very high up people.
That goes without saying for all of them. That's all of them.
McDonald's, but they can do that because of the Marvel license. They can do that because Marvel, who's not going to... Okay, let's say you have Cyclops and Jean. You're not going to buy Wolverine? You're going to. They happen to do a pretty good job with this Wolverine because they haven't done a new Wolverine in a while. But even then, why doesn't he have ankles or boot swivels? Because people don't care. People don't care. They're going to buy it.
I think there's less malicious intent behind that.
I don't think it's malicious. I just think the people at the top want their money and they can sell not inferior necessarily, but a less good product.
To me, it's malicious because it's like, oh, we designed it this way. Whenever you tap into what the artist is trying to do in exchange for money, I feel like there's negative intent there. Like it's like no, we're gonna change what you wanted, and we need to save a couple of pennies here and there. And which, to me,
but I mean,
I don't
that's
think
what
that
Hasbro does.
But I don't think that particular issue. That to me is like, wait, how much would they really have saved by doing that? Like what did they really save? But it's not any more material. It's just the way the material was put together. It's like they didn't even save on any plastic. It's just put together differently. If they just made a couple of design choices to make it work, then it would have been easy.
Well, I make that argument all the time. Anytime they put a square peg on something that has to be separate but should pose, it should be a round peg, a ball peg, like a bandana or the boot cut or whatever. But if that's the case, it's not like they don't know how to make action figures, so why? Why are they doing a square peg that's glued in rather than a round one? Is it because they don't have to worry about tolerances? If they're just going to glue it in, it doesn't have to fit perfectly. If it's going to be a joint that has to rotate and snap together and not fall apart, they have to spend more time designing it, more time prototyping it, and then hopefully it gets assembled properly. So I'm guessing they're figuring it's profitable to just glue it in rather than to worry about the articulation. Don't know, but that's my hunch.
I haven't taken it apart yet, but you've seen it where it's a cube shape instead of a ball.
No, I don't know, but I would imagine it has to be keyed in, or they'd have the left feet on the right feet all the time in the factory.
It is. Someone pulled it apart and tried, be like, oh, here's how you add it, and it's more. I think part of it is circular, but there's a part that's flat, and it kind of keys right in. So it was designed not like how you're saying, Chartimus, how like, oh, if the plastic's there, why don't they just make it be able to swivel? I think it was designed to be keyed in. But that's just from what I saw when someone pulled it out. Okay,
but if you change that key to it being a cylinder shape instead, like how much plastic are you saving from that?
It's not the plastic, it's the design time. It's the design.
That's the whole argument.
It's the same plastic. That's why I don't like it. I think they need to just spend that extra 3 cents across 15,000 pieces and just design it to fit together and rotate. But they don't want to spend the time. It's a lot harder to make two pieces fit together and assemble them in the factory rather than to say it's close enough, squirt some glue in there and plug it together. And at like 10 seconds across 10,000 pieces or 15,000 pieces for something like Wolverine, it's probably up there. It could be even higher. I don't know. That adds up, and time is money in the factory. So I don't know, but I don't see another reason.
Yeah, I honestly think it is straight up buffoonery. I think it's a stupid ass mistake. I think it's buffoonery to the fullest. Just straight up fucking up and not putting something there that should have been there. That's why I think it was a straight fuck up. Like nothing more complicated than that, because I doubt that it would have cost enough to move the dial to make that change. Sure, it may have cost a little bit more time, a little bit more pennies. It adds up when you're talking thousands and thousands, tens of thousands. But I still don't think it would move the dial over to the point where it would be a cost that would really help them or really like win a corporate suit over. And because look, we took out calf swivel, like how much are you going to save from that? I neither of us really know. We're speculating because we don't have.
I'm giving them more credit. I'm saying they know better. I think they know to put that in. I mean, how many of them do have it though?
So many more do have it. That's what I'm saying, is that so many more of them actually look. Here we go.
But think of it this way.
Fury's got the boot swivel right there.
But why does Wolverine not? How many parts on Wolverine are brand new that aren't going to get used again?
Same reason why Psylocke had black hair when she should have had purple hair. Dwight fucked up. I just think Dwight just plainly human error fucked up.
See, I think they spent a lot of money on making a new body for the Astonishing Wolverine that they can't reuse for anything other than another Astonishing Wolverine, so they're trying to save back some of that money. That's my guess. Don't know.
Wait, save money off of them having only one use for that particular suit?
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to be able to remake 10 different Wolverines on that. They might reuse the arms, maybe the legs. But if they're going to reuse the legs, it makes more sense that they're going to cut money there because they're going to reuse that and save that 10 cents or 15 cents or whatever it is 10,000 times every figure they use them on. That's the kind of thing that sounds like a suit would do to me. I don't mean that kind of stuff adds up.
I would think if you're trying to cut corners, you would take out the butterfly joints. I would think get rid of the butterfly joints or get rid of some of the alternate head. Or take out something else that would be a lot more blatant. That's what it would.
I don't know. People are going to see that. They're not going to know about the boot not rotating until they have the figure in their hand.
Wow. You really... Damn, dude. That's... Okay. Damn. All right.
Tell me if you saw that Wolverine and in the prototype images, he didn't have the extra head. He didn't have the butterfly. You don't think people would flip They would freak out if he was missing all that stuff.
Damn, so he's that sneaky, huh?
So you think they really went out of their way to find I don't think that cost.
They're like
there's no way
put out the pitch.
There's no way a head is gonna cost just as much as changing the shape of a boot.
No, I'm not saying it costs as much. I'm saying the response from the audience when they first show it. People are going to care a lot more if it's missing parts versus they don't know that the ankle doesn't or the boot doesn't rotate.
Yeah,
they're probably going to get the same kind of savings.
Yeah, they're like
if they're trying to pinch, they're not going to be saving the same amount of money with that boot as they would with taking out a head. It's not. They're not 1-to-1. Like you're going to save way more money taking off a head than you would be the little bit saved from the lack of boot swivel.
It was all. It was. Yeah, go ahead.
Hasbro doesn't care. They are nickel and diming people because they can. People are still buying, so they don't care. They just fire people to make up the difference. Thank Valaverse, my Lord and Savior, for the G.I. Joe upgrade. So I just added that in there because it just seems like the thing to do now. Bobby Vala, our Lord and Savior of action. He's the ultimate action figure justice warrior.
Action figure justice warrior.
Yeah. The ultimate action figure justice warrior. Why Power Rangers Lightning Collection line has so many bad things. Although they stopped production this year, it's their own brand and their design is still questionable, but please revive the line. Why Power Rangers? Yeah. Well, it's not their own brand, right? They had that was a licensed out thing, so they bought them. License, so it is their brand now. That's right.
They bought them.
Yeah, they bought them all the way. That's right. And then, then they sold it. I don't know. I feel like it wasn't doing well enough, so they stopped.
I think the problem with that is you have, like, for me, for instance, I grew up on Power Rangers, but I only cared about one team. I don't care about anything else they produce in that line.
Yeah.
I think that's going to happen to every generation. They're going to buy 5 or 6 figures, and there's going to be 100 on the shelf that they don't care about. That's not going to make them that much money.
Yeah, there's not as many people that have that are, I love Mighty Morphin, I love Zero, I love Space One, I love Ninja Force, and all those I'm a Dino Thunder.
If I had it my way, I'd have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fight all the other teams and just have like a battle royale and see who could win. That'd be something I'd watch.
That'd be cool. So I don't think they put that much, like when they try to penny pinch. Yeah, look at the. Oh wait, this is an old one, right? It has the boot swivel. See, if you really wanted a penny pinch, you wouldn't put the boot swivel on Vulcan. Because then now you wouldn't have to worry about doing that on all of them, reusing that body mold in the future. And people, well, I guess people would find out, but
they do it because they're going to reuse. They're going to put different boots on those. Like that's a Bucky cap, I think. The eyeball guy, I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
that's Bucky's legs.
Yeah, that's okay. Wait, okay. I see where you're getting at here. Wait, okay. I'm giving you credit. This is actually a good idea because that Luke Cage is a one-off.
Yeah,
that astonishing Wolverine is a one-off, right? That Nick Fury I showed you is an army builder. Vulcan, obviously, reuse army builder. So now I need to find a one-off Marvel Legend that has boot swivel.
You might, but you see the idea. It's not unreasonable to say that might be what they're doing.
I got one over here. Hold on a second.
Something off the ground real quick.
Nope, off the shelf. There we go. Oh, my belt's stuck on the chair.
Right. We got an epic Falk incoming.
All right, we got a boot swivel on Shocker. There's one.
Sits lower than it normally does.
And there's no other figure that came out reusing this.
No, definitely not. I'm surprised they made Shocker, honestly. I like that one a whole bunch. I'm glad they did that.
It's great.
I was not expecting a new one.
It just needed the extra penned-in lines on the suit, and then it would have been chef's kiss.
I agree.
I had to paint mine.
They always be missing something.
Now the less. Can you guys?
You gotta run to the kitchen real quick.
Run to the kitchen. Not a Bobby fan. He's an asshole. But good product is good product. I can't argue his product either. I think Bobby is doing fantastic stuff. There we go. Now I'm in focus. And I love that he pushes himself. I think that's great. As a toy designer, I think he's doing.
I think if Bobby read that line, he'd be like, "All right, man."
Oh yeah, he
probably.
I mean,
probably.
He knows what he says. Being an asshole is objective. That's an objective statement. So, it's a subjective statement. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Is being an asshole is subjective. So, one asshole to a person could be another asshole's angel, or whatever. I don't know.
Damn, did you just come
That's
up with that?
That's definitely a saying. Yeah, that's a saying for sure.
Damn, you just came up with that?
One person's asshole is another asshole's angel.
Wow, dude. A Shartimus Prime
another asshole's angel. There you go.
One man's asshole is another's asshole. What the fuck?
One man's asshole could be another man's asshole.
Wow, I never heard that before.
Yeah, my crack dealer sucks, but good product is good product. Jesus Christ.
Someone's watching The Wire.
Isn't everyone an asshole at one time or another? Well, I mean, there's degrees of being an asshole. You know what I mean? I've had my moments for sure, but I try to minimize the moments as time goes on. Not accelerate them, not just keep on rolling and see how far you could go with it. It's more like trickling those asshole moments down.
It's writing the asshole line, this thin line of asshole.
No, I don't want to ride the asshole line. I want it to. Have no asshole moments or minimize my asshole moments. Cold Kid. No. Yep, I regret not buying a third when he was peg warming hard at Dwayne Ready. Oh, are you talking about the Shocker figure? So, can you guys think of any other new molded figures that have boot cut off the? I'm just trying to look around real quick, and I don't want to keep Anthony too long because we're already past 8:00 right now, and I'm just trying to see if I can. Morg! They're not using Morg for anything, right?
Morg's that the Galactus guy, the rocky looking dude. Yeah, mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not saying it's got to be a thing for every figure, but it does make sense for when they do it.
No boot cut! No boot cut! Oh! No boot cut.
Those assholes gonna buy Galactus anyways. Who gives a shit if this guy's got boot cut? That's what Hasbro be thinking.
Give him an axe. We'll take away the calf swivel.
That's what I was gonna say earlier. I was like, all the Hasbro CEO execs were in their office. They're like, watch us unveil this Wolverine and watch when these dumbasses unbox it and there's no boot cut. It's gonna be great. We're gonna sit back and drink our old fashions.
Damn. All right. Well, look. I'm sure you think I'm sure you're thinking, Anthony, that there is a possibility that the calf swivel could be out of incompetence,
It's possible.
But I'm also thinking that it's possible that they're trying to pinch money by taking that out. If they are, I mean, that's really that sucks. That's shitty. Because I don't think you would save enough to do that, and that's kind of that's like taking something out that doesn't like totally destroy a figure. Like that Wolverine figure is still great, So that'd be just such a dick move. I would just be like really, really disappointed in them.
But is it a dick move enough that you're not going to buy it? No.
Well, might be the only time you get that costume.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sure. No, that's what I'm saying. It's not that's what makes it such a dick move. Is that no, it's not a dick enough move to not buy it. It doesn't ruin the figure. The figure's still awesome as hell. But to You know what I mean?
It's actually, I think that's my favorite Wolverine. I think. I like it that much. Too.
Not mine.
Yeah, you like X-Men 97 Wolverine, huh?
That's my favorite one. This guy right here. This is the best one. He's got that's like my Wolverine figure. I love this figure.
Been playing that with that thing in the bathtub, huh?
Yeah. Every day. Every day. My kids ask me to play with it sometimes, and I tell them, "Get your hands away from that thing."
Mine. Don't look at it.
But yeah, man, shit. Well, I'm gonna let you go, Anthony. This was a really good chat. I like having these kinds of discussions, man.
Me too.
I want you to be wrong so bad because I think it's such a dick thing to do. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, I'd rather. and neither explanation is good. I don't want Dwight just fucking shit up by accident, you know? But
There's no way that they messed up something like that on accident. There's no way. They've been making these figures for how long? 10 years under the new branding, right? Was it 2014 they started?
2012?
Maybe
Return
it was
2012.
Yeah. So they know how to put a boot swivel in it. It's not a mistake. There's no way.
Steven Spielberg has still made some stinkers over the 40 years or whatever he's been making movies. You know what I mean? Like Steven Spielberg still fucks up and gives us movies that we wish were never made. That happens. Like that just doesn't.
True.
Just because you've been doing it a long time doesn't mean they're going to be perfect at it.
But he knows how to turn his camera on, and that's basically the same thing as putting in a boot swivel. It's already a separate piece, like you said. Why would they not do it? There's no way.
Well,
there's no way.
The Psylocke hair color. Ms. Marvel being too short. Danny Ketch being too short. There's other fuck ups like that I know. I mean, maybe Ms. Marvel and Ghost Rider being a little bit shorter saved them money on the amount of plastic that they used. You can make that argument.
Could be.
But I also felt like those were both fuck ups. But overall, the line seems to be making larger figures, not smaller figures. So that's why it looks like such a fuck up to me, because they're not going in that direction. And then all of a sudden you have those two smaller ones. So like one way or another, that looks like a fuck up to me.
You know what I think it is? I think the ones that are small were probably meant to release a long time ago and didn't, because everything's huge now. I mean, their creep is nuts. Their 6-inch figures are like average size is 6.5 at least. And then I'm guessing it was supposed to come out a while ago.
Yeah, that's a possibility, I guess. The paint. Well, yeah, that paint's different. The sculpt is what we're really talking about, the body mold.
I mean, they might have updated them, but Ghost Rider's pretty short.
But how far back? She's short next to, like, those older figures, though. She's still short next to the last Ms. Marvel figure.
Well, put Bucky Cap up against the Vulcan Bucky Cap. He's like an inch shorter, so it doesn't have to be that far back even. Bucky Cap's been used up until like 2 years ago. So it's possible it was not that far back, and it still would have fit in well enough. I mean, I don't know. It's just a hunch. Like, why else would it be that little? But who knows?
I think fuck up. I'm saying fuck ups. I'm just saying. I think
who told us that they said it was an actual fuck up though? They was it Ruckus that said they printed it 3% too small or some shit?
Yeah. Did I miss another super chat?
Yeah.
My bad.
Like, why the fuck would he? Where would he get that information from? It has to be legit that they fucked it up.
Yeah. She's
and then they printed out They printed out fucking 10,000 of them, and they're like, "Oh fuck, we printed them out too small. We're fucked."
Yeah, that's possible if they make them with a printer and not like injection molding, I suppose. But who knows?
No, you know,
could be. No, I know. It's possible. They could just be screwing up all this stuff. But I think that's probably more scary than the penny pinchers that are in charge of everything. Because if they're screwing stuff up like that on a regular basis, do we trust them?
I don't know how regular. I mean, because you have to think of the quantity of figures they make. I don't know how. Like, we're not seeing, like, so far it's 2, right? Danny Ketch and Ms. Marvel. they still release a lot of figures. It's only 2 of them there that came out too short like that. Death's Head is ridiculously too tall, though. I feel like nobody jumped on that. I mentioned that, but I haven't watched anybody else's review on it, really, to be honest. So I don't know if anybody else said Death's Head was too tall, but I think Death's Head was too tall.
How big was that Luke Cage? He's too small too, right? I haven't been around that figure in a while.
The one that I busted out earlier. Yeah, that one's
small.
too small. Yeah, the new one I have up on the shelf is perfect.
This is Luke Cage's little brother, Duke Cage. I don't know.
Joe, shut up. Put that joke away. Don't keep that. You shouldn't have said that out loud. That was a stupid joke. God damn it.
So I heard somebody laugh.
An asshole will shit on you, but a Richard will screw you over. Oh, I get it. And you missed my other super chat. Basically, all figures should have the same articulation. I don't agree with that. It's got to change. You agree with that?
They all got different costumes. The fuck?
Yeah, if they have different costumes, they should look different. I feel bad missing a super chat. Here's the answer to your argument, Charles. People who make suggestions to improve. That's not really the reason why. It's more complicated than that, but that also very much does happen. Like, I'm not saying
that definitely happens for sure.
Yeah, that definitely happens, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that because sometimes people are dicks. You know what I mean? People could still be dicks and get fired for being a dick.
Yeah, see, Ruckus just commented. He said Dwight told him that the torso was made 4% smaller, and they admitted it.
Ah, okay. So he admitted to that, and I know they had at least for sure admitted to the Psylocke hair thing because I was like really pissed off about that. So
shit happens.
So that's 2 examples where just shit happens, you know, and who knows what's going on in their office over there, fooling around or just overstressed. I don't know, but source trust me, bro. Dwight is the Taylor Swift of action figure industry. I don't know about that. Anthony, 3 figs you want on new high Arctic female mold.
We just talking about like updated legends?
High Arctic female mold?
I think he means high articulation, like the Black Widow.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Like, I was gonna make a video doing that because I have my number 1. But yeah. What are the 3 that you want to see on that? I think Colt Kid's referencing the Phoenix body. Did you get your hands on that figure yet? Do you have that one?
I have it on order still.
Okay, yeah, that one.
I don't know when mine's coming up.
That one's got like it's like the Black Widow figure, but on a different body, and it's better, I think.
That sounds
it's
good.
the same body mold, I thought, right?
No, not as Black Widow. It's got the same. It's got different legs. Probably has the same arms, but the torso is different.
Torso has to be different.
Mm-hmm. And they gave her butt and boobs this time.
Oh, that's right. Well, yeah.
Brand newly sculpted figure too. Nice chichas and nalgas. Like it went back to.
Damn, maybe they made those 4% bigger. I mean.
yeah, they're definitely better. But
they'll get way more return on that 4% than the 4% on Ghost Rider or whoever it was.
Yep.
So,
sure.
Ghost Rider.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh man! So do you have a few that you'd like to mention, and
then female figures that I want updated? No, maybe a new Spider Woman. Can't think of a good one of her.
I know one.
I got 3, but yeah.
I got one. I'd say Colleen Wing would be good for a new legend.
Oh, brand new character. Okay, but that's
not updated, and Colleen. So updated?
Well, it doesn't say updated in the comment. And
does he?
Okay. You want on new high articulation, so it doesn't have to be updated.
Okay. I don't know, man. I would like a new Rogue, even though they just did one. One that actually has like the Jim Lee style body. Something that just looks nice. I like Rogue. I don't know. I think they've done a decent amount of the main ones lately. I can't think of anything offhand.
Psylocke. Psylocke would be good.
That's my number 1.
Yeah, Psylocke would be good. Sure.
Psylocke, Elektra, Ms. Marvel, dark Ms. Marvel. I mean, Ms.
You're
Marvel
not going to get an Elektra though.
Huh?
You're not going to get another Elektra. They've already put out like 2 new ones in the past year.
But we got a Daredevil series coming up. Could get another one.
I'd like to see Polaris with the big shoulder pads. That I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
That last one, the X Factor one, is fucking doo-doo, man.
Mystique would be another good one to have. That'd be kind of fun to put her in some agile poses. You know,
Definitely.
Mystique
Dude, that's
really
like, dude, and some soft goods for the tunic that'd be sweet. A little white.
Yeah. Interesting stuff.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's
a lot of updated ones that for sure.
I want to make a video about that, so but you guys should all make a video about it too. Everybody make a video about the top 3 female Marvel Legends, because I think they got something going on now with that Phoenix figure. I think they could use that. That could be like the next Vulcan, the equivalent of the was it the Kate Bishop body mold that was used so many times over and over again? I feel like that could be the new Kate Bishop body mold, that Phoenix body mold. So
cool.
I like that. And is there anything else you want to promote out there before we let you go, Anthony? I really enjoyed the conversation today. I thought
it's great.
You shared really good perspective on things. You got me thinking about some stuff, different kind of way. I appreciate that. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's a fun talk. I don't have anything to promote. Still not working on the action figure line right now, so that's just sitting there. And not getting paid to talk about the shirts, so I'm not going to do that. And
what is it?
No, I'm not getting paid, but just so that everyone's clear, I do love these shirts, and I wear them all the time. They are awesome. No, it's the Into the AM with the cool designs, man.
Oh, Into the AM. Nice.
No, I haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine yet. I've been spoiled. I don't think there was any worry about spoilers. I'm looking forward to seeing that just because somebody asked earlier. No, I don't have anything to promote.
You didn't get spoiled anything?
No, I got spoiled, but it's not like that's a real plot-heavy movie, so I wasn't real worried about it,
Okay.
It's just going to be a bunch of cameos and fun scenes. I'm good. I don't care about the plot. Hilarious. I just want to see the stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm good. I'm glad you had me on the show. It was a lot of fun. Good talk. And I'll do it again whenever you feel like having another talk.
All right.
If you want to have another talk.
I'd love to, man. Yeah, of course.
We just gotta wait till they fuck up another Wolverine. We'll have you back on, man.
Next time we'll look at wrist gloves, the gloves on Vulcan rather than the boot cut, and that'll give us something to talk about.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Or what about the Khazar? The Khazar's got that. It's got
exactly.
That's
that Vulcan body with that cut because they're trying to save money. I'm telling you, it's all about the money.
Part 2 coming through
so much because I thought they planned ahead and we're just gonna do a separate forearm. Like, hey, we could just take the forearm out in the future and use it,
Well, that's what they did it so they can add gloves, but then they're so cheap they won't give us a plain arm on a guy that's basically naked. Man, it's definitely the money. It's got to be the money.
Oh no, you're not wrong about that. So for that case, I will back up your hypothesis 100% that I think that's a penny pinch. To me, that looks like a blatant penny pinch. I don't think that was a fuck up. Yeah, that one was on purpose as hell.
Yeah,
there's no way around that one. That's an undeniable penny pinch for sure. So
I wonder if that was in the promo pics. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah,
I think so.
I complained about it as soon as I saw it. I was like, "Oh, come on, jeez!" I thought you guys were gonna cover that. So, all right, man. Hey, really great chatting with you once again. Thanks for being here. Hope to do again in the near future. And I hope everything goes well with. I look forward to watching you display the figures and get your new shelves over there. I'm really happy for you. That's got to be really exciting, man. So
it's the fun part.
It's gonna be just remember to relax your shoulders. I always forget. I ended up doing this for so long, and I'm like, yeah, fuck.
Don't lock your knees, man. Do not lock your knees.
Don't, especially picking up those SH figure arts. They can be really heavy.
Yeah, right. All right.
All right, you have a good night, man, and thanks all you guys for your support and watching. Subscribe and check out Anthony's Customs if you haven't already, and make sure you follow Century Productions on Instagram. You're missing out if you don't, man. The photography, and I will catch you guys later. All right, peace.
Later, guys.